Hi, it's Ann from the Olive Scene, and thank you for our first welcome back Facebook Live because I have Becky across the room from me in her mask, and it is really nice to have her here doing the filming and also fielding the questions. So any questions that you have, go ahead and message. She'll forward them to me, and I will answer them for you. So today we are going to make pasta a Pepe Limone, lemon pepper pasta. And we're going to start with our Eureka lemon. This is an infused olive oil. That means they take the whole Eureka lemons. Eureka lemons are a little bit milder. They take those whole Eureka lemons. It goes right in the hopper with the olives, and they grind the whole thing together. Then they press it together. And that little bit of lemon oil that is found under the skin of lemon fuses with the olive oil and makes this incredibly beautiful olive oil. Very different than an infused olive oil where they boil down the peel. That can get kind of bitter. So we definitely prefer the fused olive oil with the whole lemons. Okay, so the pasta I am using is a bucatini pasta, which I seem to have lost. I had it here a second ago. Where did I put it? Okay, the bucatini pasta behind me. Thank you. Thank you, Becky. Bucatini pasta. It's a thicker pasta. It's actually almost a very, very thin straw. So the water gets in and out of it as well as sauce and things. So it's a really nice pasta. This comes to us from Italy. It is made from semolina flour and water. There's no additives. There's no sugar. It's a really nice pasta. And it's a thicker pasta, which is nice for this dish because it is a little bit heartier. In there, so I'm going to start with the lemon oil into a hot pan. My pasta has already boiled off. It is al dente. It's ready to go. So the timing of it is as soon as your pasta is almost ready, you want to start this. My oil is hot, and I'm going to put the pepper in. This is a good teaspoon and a half of freshly ground pepper. That's going into the hot oil, and that's going to make it very aromatic. I can already smell the lemon and the pepper together. It's delightful. Now, what I want you to do is, if you're going to drain your pasta, first reserve a cup or even two in case you need extra of the hot pasta water. I'm going to pull the pasta right out of the pasta water, so I'm not going to have to drain it first. But my oil is now hot. It's got that wonderfully aromatic pepper in there. I'm going to add a cup of pasta water and let that heat up. And now my pasta is going in there. This pasta, as I said, is al dente, which means it's a little bit firm because I'm going to finish the cooking in the water and oil that's in the pan along with the pepper. You can drain it if you want to go do that, but you always want to make sure you get that cup of pasta water out of there. I like to do it this way just in case this gets a little dry. I'll still have pasta water to work with. So if you're going to drain your pasta, get a little extra pasta water just in case. The pasta water has been seasoned very well with salt, with sea salt. And according to the Italians, it should be salty enough as ocean water, and that's when you know that it is salty enough. So that extra pasta water is continuing, because it is at a boil in here, it is continuing to cook the pasta, and I can already feel it getting softer. It is just about where I want it. This recipe is so quick to make that you're going to make it all the time. You have these staples at home all the time. It makes it so easy. You can add chicken to it, you can add salmon, you can do all those things. But we're going to make this the main dish with the arugula that I'm going to put in here. And now that the farmers markets are open and there's a little bit of an issue with meat and the availability of it, try to embrace some of the vegetables. Vegetarians have done this forever, made vegetable dishes the main dish. Start exploring that. It's a great way to cook. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining us. She always joins. Thank you so much. I hope you learn a little bit too. as you join each month. So that's ready to go. Next that's going to go in is a cup to a cup and a half of Parmesan cheese. I do about a cup and let the other half cup be for people to add if they'd like it a little bit extra. That's going to combine again with the water, the oil, the water that's left, it's not very much, and make just a little slurry of Parmesan. Okay. Next is the arugula. I have rinsed it and I have spun it because I don't want to add a lot more water to it. 2 nice big handfuls. You can add extra if you'd like. We tend to like plenty of it. This arugula is fresh from the farmer's market. Get out there and support the farmer's markets. It's wonderful to have local produce. This is actually a hydroponic farm called Lettuce Heads, where I got this arugula from. But the fresh garden, and they're open all year. But all the farmers markets now are starting to have all the greens, and even early tomatoes. I saw when I was there, and of course the Tennessee tomatoes coming up from Tennessee. Okay, I'm going to continue to just toss this, and the arugula is just going to wilt. That is it. Believe it or not, the salt that was in the water, as well as the Parmesan, is going to be plenty of salt for this dish. The pepper is, again, that teaspoon and a half, as it got tossed with the hot olive oil, really brings out the flavor.
Hi, Thea.
Thea, thank you. She's a great cook, too.
She's asking, can you use other greens?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. You can use other greens. Spinach is wonderful. You can use kale. You can use, if you use some of the harder greens, you may want to saute those up a little bit and then continue with the dish. This arugula, the stems were so tender that I didn't need to do anything with it, and that's why I really like it. Spinach the same way. You may want to take some of the stems off, and of course with kale you may want to give it just a rough chop, but any green at all. And any other additions you want. You could chop up a fresh tomato and just top this at the end. You could add some roasted asparagus, anything at all. Even some sausage if you want to make it a meat dish. Okay, let me unplug here. A nice big pasta bowl is a must. And a great serving pasta fork. This is brand new for us. We love it, just in time for Father's Day. It has a walnut wood handle, which is lovely. Okay, pasta's going in my pasta bowl. The arugula is wilted, and because that pasta is so hot, it will continue to wilt. That extra Parmesan cheese can go on top. But one last thing, again, fresh from the farmer's market, or as your garden starts to bloom, sorry about that, as your garden starts to bloom, some nice fresh basil will go on top. So all I did was made a little pile of basil. There's probably about 6 leaves there. On my cutting board, I'm going to roll them up nice and tight. This makes cutting so much easier. It goes right through very easily then, as opposed to one flat basil leaf. That is going to go on top. I wish you were here to join me for dinner. Becky and I will enjoy it. There you are. Pick up some Eureka lemon fused olive oil. Great dish to make with that. It's also very versatile. You can use it for baking. You can use it for sauteing your vegetables. It's wonderful on asparagus. Thank you for joining me, and bon appetit.